One thing about these narcissists, they hate when you rest. Narcissists are nervous wrecks, and guess what? They want to make you a nervous wreck. So when they see you relaxing, resting, what does a narcissist love to call you? They love to call you lazy. Oh, you don't do anything. See, narcissists think they do everything and you do nothing, all right? They don't appreciate anything you do. So the minute that they see you resting, they want to disturb that rest and they want to upset you because they're jealous that you're resting, you're at peace, and they're not, okay? So they'll do something to either instigate an argument or say you're lazy, you sit around or something like that after you've done everything. You can never, ever have rest or peace with a narcissist.
Have you noticed that narcissists hate it when you're asleep and they're not? Well, there's a couple of reasons for this. The first is that you're not providing them with any attention when you're asleep, and narcissists like attention pretty much all the time. And the second is their energy games they play. Narcissists like to be one up all the time over you, and they like to have more energy so that they can dominate the relationship and dominate you. So when they see you sleeping, they don't like it because they think they may be weaker than you.
Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Miss Kafue. So ladies, a lot of men hate to see you resting. I'm sorry to break it down to you like that, but that man that you're with, probably, most likely, he hates to see you resting, and he causes messes. He finishes up food just to see you working. Some men love to see you on your knees sweating. You gotta be careful with who you give your energy to, your presence to, your womb to. You have to be very careful as a woman because most of these men are walking demons. They'll even dehydrate your spirit. Let me be honest. Like, you won't have no life. You won't be happy. You'll feel empty. They won't rejuvenate you in any way, not even giving you time to sleep or even to rest. So without further ado, let's quickly jump right into this video and then I'll be back to give my take on it.
My narcissistic husband told me he would handle the kids so I could get some sleep. It's been 5 minutes and guess who's here? Yeah, good night, I guess.
This is the proof your partner hates you. Never expect a narcissist to help you with the kids ever, even when you are running on zero sleep, because they want you depleted, too tired to think clearly, too drained to stand up for yourself, and too emotionally flooded to question the balance of power. Sleep is strength, and they will never voluntarily give you anything that makes you stronger. You could be holding a crying baby at 3 a.m., rocking back and forth while your entire body feels like it is shutting down, and they will lie. They're pretending not to hear a thing. Why do you think they do it? They do it because they know you will handle it somehow. They know you always do. And the more you handle it, the more entitled they feel to do nothing. They do not step in when you are exhausted, because stepping in would mean acknowledging that parenting is a shared responsibility, and shared responsibility threatens their control, does it not? Helping you would level the playing field. It would require empathy, effort, and accountability. Narcissists avoid all three like poison. And when you ask for a small break, like 5 minutes to shower, 10 minutes to breathe, they act like you are demanding the impossible. They roll their eyes, sigh, accuse you of being dramatic. In their mind, you do not deserve rest because rest would restore you. That is the thing.
I've come to the conclusion that a lot of people don't want you to rest and relax because they know if your nervous system gets the chance to regulate, you will get rid of them. They know that if you get the chance to taste peace, you will realize they are chaos, right? They are drama. And the whole point of someone starting drama with you is to drain your energy, right? It's to take something from you. It's to get a reaction out of you. So if you get the chance to rest and relax, right, and regulate your nervous system and calm your mind and be in the present moment, you'll realize that a lot of people don't even deserve access to you.
When I was with my ex, the number one sign of my relationship being abusive was that I was exhausted all the time. And I always used to blame it on literally anything else, that I was a new mom, that we had, regular responsibilities in life, work, or different obligations, that I was struggling with what I thought at the time was postpartum depression and anxiety. So I just thought it was literally everything else. It was my circumstances, it was me, it was my mental health. But once I understood what covert emotional and psychological abuse looks like and was able to see that that was what was actually going on in my relationship, I realized that the exhaustion that I was feeling, that this chronic continual exhaustion really was my number one flag, my number one red flag that I was in an abusive relationship and had nothing to do with my life, my responsibilities, my kids, my mental health, etc. Nowadays, I'm in a new relationship. I recently got married over the summer. And I still have kids. I have 3 kids. I still have work. I still have regular life. I still see a therapist for anxiety. And yet my exhaustion and my mental health is completely different because now I'm in a safe relationship. So even when life gets hard, even when work gets stressful, even when I'm overstimulated by my kids because they're all screaming at me at once, I'm no longer feeling like I'm drowning because I have a partner that actually supports me. In the past, when those things would happen and I would express things like, you know, I'm sad, or I'm frustrated, or I'm exhausted, or I'm stressed, I would get dismissed or gaslit and told that I was overreacting or told to suck it up. I was given all of these different phrases that were complete dismissals and unsupportive of my experience, and neglectful in a way of the things that I needed from my partner to be supportive. That added to regular stress. So it's not that regular stress didn't exist before, it's just that it was a different kind of exhaustion that I felt because of the abuse, because of the atmosphere that I was living in. If this sounds like something that you've experienced before, I would love for you to go to the link in my bio and take the free quiz that I have. It's only 10 questions. You'll get results right away, and you'll be able to see if your relationship is abusive, has some concerning aspects, or is healthy.
I recently heard someone say that Black women resting is like revolutionary, like a form of revolution. And I felt so lazy all year because I've essentially just been a housewife since I retired from running track professionally, and I've been feeling really, really bad about it. But today, I just kind of recognize that, like, I'm very, very blessed to be able to take the rest that, like, my ancestors as a Black American would never get. And so I don't know if I'm going to be looking to get as productive as I used to want to be in my 20s. Because in my 20s, I was like, if I'm not hustling around, I'm not productive 100% of the time, and if my work ethic isn't the thing I'm most proud of, then like there's something wrong. But peace and quiet has been feeling real good, and like just using my creative juices to like decorate my home and just gardening. Like, maybe this is kind of like making it. Like, maybe I'm here. Maybe I'm at peace. Or maybe I'm just grateful. Who knows? Women resting is like revolution.
This is unfortunately so true. I've learned this the hard way. And I'm even going to take it a step further and say that as a Black woman, if you don't exist in this like constant state of like taking care of people, looking after people, putting their needs above your own needs, it's downright disrespectful.
This lady said a lot of men don't like to see women resting. Bitch, who do y'all be dating? Because one thing about me, I'm gonna always take a nap. Every man or woman that I ever dated, we're gonna take a nap together. Lay down. I'm tired. We're gonna sleep. Fuck. I wish you would get upset because I'm sleeping. Who do y'all be dating?
The woman who finally rests, she becomes dangerous. You've been told that rest is indulgence, that rest and softness makes you fragile. But what if it makes you formidable? Because a woman that rests, she actually recalibrates. She starts hearing her own voice again, and she stops leaking energy on chaos. She stops performing, and that's when she becomes completely dangerous. And that's not in aggression, that's in clarity, that's in boundaries. And she becomes unshakable because she trusts herself. Rest, it isn't weakness, it's a quiet revolution.
So you're telling me that a wife has to go to work just like her husband, the same amount of hours, but the husband comes home and he's tired, but the wife has to come home and she still has to cook, clean, do the dishes, do the laundry, make the beds, get everybody in their pajamas, brush everybody's teeth. She has to do all that while the husband just sits down and, relaxes because he's had a long day at work?
Yeah, that's what a wife is supposed to do.
Okay, so then what is the extra things that you have to do as a husband?
I make more money than you. I'm the breadwinner. At least I could come home after a long day and you cooked and cleaned the house.
Yeah, but I had a long day too. It's not, just because I might not make as much money as you doesn't mean I'm still not doing something and providing to the family.
Okay, if you have a flat tire, who's going to go fix it? Me. I fill up
I don't have a flat tire every day.
Okay, I put gas
every
in your
day.
car.
I need to get gas every day.
No.
I need to get an oil change every day.
You're not qualified to be a wife then, if that's an issue.
Okay, well, you're clearly not qualified to be a husband because you're trying to do the bare minimum of what husbands should probably do. And maybe a husband should also, we split everything.
So you want me to do everything? You want me to cook, clean?
No. I'm just saying we split it.
And to the people that maybe think that it's a little bit mean when Black women like myself speak up about, seeing a video of an Indian man saying that from a young child, his mother told him, if you're anywhere in the world, and you need help, to look for a Black woman, and we don't take that as a compliment. Like, no, I don't feel bad about that. Like, I'm not saying that this person is a bad person. I don't know this man. But what I'm telling you is this is in no way a compliment. And I'm not going to feel bad for saying that, no, that's not a compliment. In fact, I think it's hugely problematic because it's showing that it's starting in childhood. From a child, you're being taught to look for Black women for free labor, for assistance, to save you. And this was a man. So you're a boy and you're looking for a woman to save you. But these same women, I guarantee you, because this was an Indian man, I would almost bet money that his Indian mom didn't tell him, if you're ever anywhere in the world and you're looking for a wife, one to spoil, protect, provide for, look for a Black woman anywhere that you are in the world. When you decide to look for a wife that you want to protect, love, spoil, provide for, all of that, look for a Black woman. I promise she didn't tell him that. And I'm sure none of them do. We know they don't. So yeah, miss us with the, look to a Black woman. And there's been plenty of Black women in my comments too, who are even educators, who say that they get the most problematic children assigned to them more than any other people, in their job sector, because it's almost like, again, that mamification that the Black woman will fix them. The Black woman will save them. Like, no. Do not look for us for help. Like I said before, look for us to be somewhere resting. And if you would like to be involved with us, come with the spoilage ready to go. Come ready to spoil, to provide, to protect, to make us feel safe, to make us feel like we can, breathe easy, that we can relax the tension out of our shoulders. And if you are not coming to do that, then I suggest you keep walking, because if you haven't got the memo, I'm going to give it to you again on behalf of a lot of Black women. We're done. Okay. Some of us aren't even tired from our own tiredness and exhaustion. I think some of us are just exhausted from the many Black women that have came before us, and we're tired, and just from generational exhaustion. Like, whatever the case, we're done. And me personally, I'm not even exhausted in my own personal life because I'm living my best soft wife life. I'm actually living very soft and peaceful and happy for the most part. But even still, don't come bothering me with your nonsense, because I'm peaceful, soft, and happy, and I'm going to keep it that way. Unless you are someone that came out of my body or the man who I love dearly, don't come looking for me for anything. And I'm telling you now, even the man that I'm with, that man could be on his literal deathbed and he would still be trying to take care of me. I swear. I know this for a fact. And if he's not coming like that, ladies,
please just let him walk on by. Because we owe you nothing. Black women don't owe you shit. Black women owe it to ourselves to rest. Black women are resting. Love you so much. Stay soft.
And be careful of people who get upset when you rest. Like, they feel some type of way that you get to rest. They feel some type of way that you have a family that will support you when you're going through a hard time. Like, have you ever been around somebody who genuinely is upset that your life is easier than their life? Even though your life hasn't really been easy, you just have little things that they don't have. And they're literally jealous of you for that, and they want to make your life hard. And yeah.
I find that people who make others feel bad about needing to rest are either one of two types of people. They're either people in power who can't profit off of your rest, or they have some internalized resentment that's getting projected onto someone else, which is what I see really often. So to see someone allowing themselves to rest or take care of themselves can be really triggering to someone who doesn't believe they can offer themselves that same amount of rest. Subconsciously can trigger their own feelings of inadequacy, jealousy, and at the end of the day, it's not actually about the person resting. What I would want to know is, how are you, the person judging, taking care of yourself? And just to be clear, that would be the ex-husband in this example, not Christine, who is probably a lovely woman. And thank you for the comment.
Anytime a man doesn't allow you to get any fucking sleep, he is abusing you. Every time he is making noise in the middle of the night while you are sleeping, he is abusing you. Every single time he wakes up in the morning before you have to go to work and before you have to get up, he's making a ton of noise. He's fucking abusing you. What do police officers do when they have a suspect and they're trying to get the truth out of that suspect? They interrogate them. They interrogate them for hours and hours and hours and hours, hoping that the exhaustion, the lethargy, the fatigue is going to be so hard on them that they give in and they give the police officers the truth that they want. A man knows that he's making noise in the middle of the night to wake you up. He knows that he is slamming the door so goddamn hard that it's rattling you up out of your sleep. This man knows that he sounds like a hibernating bear in the middle of the night, but refuses to either go get his deviated septum corrected, or if he got a CPAP, he refuses to wear his CPAP. He knows that he is causing commotion through noise. He knows it. He's using it as a form of abuse to get you so exhausted, to get you so tired, to get you so drained that you will not have enough energy to fight back, that you will be too exhausted to state what your needs are, that you'll be too exhausted to want to get up and leave. When you haven't got any sleep for multiple days straight, how are you going to have your brain be operating strong enough for you to formulate a plan to get the fuck out of your abusive relationship? You're just trying to figure out how you're going to get through the next 8 hours at work. How you're going to get through the next 8 hours if you're a stay-at-home mom and you got your toddlers running around. And you got to keep them entertained. And you got to make sure that you keep them fed. And you got to make sure that you're cleaning up after them and making sure you're presentable. How are you going to have the energy to do that and plan an escape when you're sleep deprived? You're not going to be able to. When a man cannot starve you out with food, he's going to starve you out with sleep. He will keep you well fucking fed while simultaneously starving you of any restful sleep. Rest is how you are able to recalibrate. Rest is how you are able to have your function, your brain functioning properly. Sleep is restorative. These men are not stupid. Using somebody's sleep or lack thereof against them is a tactic that is used in the police force. It's used in the military. It's been used time and time again to get people to bend to their will, to be able to control people. If sleep is something that you have found yourself that you have had to sacrifice while being married or being in a relationship, you're being abused. Especially when you've brought it up to the person and they're over here telling you, oh, well, you need to get some hearing. You need to get some earplugs. You need to go sleep somewhere else. You know what? You do need to go sleep somewhere else in your own place without a man being there. That's what you need to do. Solve your own problems and quit letting these men have you be out here tired.
I really feel like a lot of men hate to see women chilling.
A lot of toxic men absolutely hate to see women chilling, relaxing, minding her business. Often these are your narcissistic men. These are your men who want the woman to be doing all the stuff around the house, that want the woman to be out working, bringing in the money, cooking dinner, washing clothes, doing all the things, right? Instead of having a partnership. These types of men are often very feminine. These types of men are often very lazy. They'll have time for their friends. They'll have time for the gym. They'll have time for everything else but you. And when they come home and they see you relaxing, they're going to find a way to complain. They're going to try to find something for you to do. For some reason, seeing a woman at peace, relaxing, minding her business triggers these types of men. So if you happen to be in a relationship with someone like this, I highly recommend that you start planning your exit, that you start planning how you're going to get free of that, because these types of men, they're very, very toxic. And if you are with a man like this, I'm sure you can think of other toxic traits that he has. So if you have ever experienced this, let us know in the comments. Have you ever been with a man that couldn't stand to see you resting?
It's almost impossible to rest and relax when you are with a narcissist, because the narcissist wants you to just keep going, keep getting things done, keep accomplishing, keep running. Why? Because they project their own insecurities, their own restlessness, lack of satisfaction onto you. And as a result, you become anxious. Doing nothing almost turns into a trigger that triggers massive panic and anxiety into you. You feel worthless when you just sit by yourself and have nothing to do. They shape your behavior and they construct this reality around who you are and what you do. They connect and associate them in a very distorted way. In other words, what you do defines what your worth is. That is how they shape behavior. And if you recognize this in yourself and you have left the narcissist, you have the permission to relax and rest. It's okay to do nothing.
See, I don't even think it's just the program on the matriarchy, because when you really think about how men, like they even like in the Bible, like it's a lot of deep stuff to go with it. But what happened if women cursed on this earth was literally cursed to desire man, crave man, suffer under man, and men's program or whatever was to genuinely hate women? Like a man can literally have the best wife, the best family, she cooks and clean, but he still doesn't like to see her in rest. Pretty much, I'm paraphrasing from a video I saw, 2 videos I saw of women talking about how men will use food to like hurt you. Like he would eat too much food. He might buy the food and then eat all the food, and then y'all won't have food for weeks because he don't get paid every, And it's on top of men not seeing women as humans. Men truly be wanting to see women suffer. They want to see women work. They don't want to see women resting, even when they're resting. A man will literally cheat on you, move on with the next girl, be happy, probably even marry her. But the moment he see that you're healing and move on, now he's angry. Now he's mad. It's like they have this, they truly hate women, not just on some DL stuff, but like, it's like they're truly programmed to hate women, to want to see women suffer. Hey, not all of them, because some of them going to be in the comments like, oh no, you just sound bitter. Shut the fuck up. A lot of y'all truly do just want to see women work so hard, want to see women suffer, want to see women go through problems. You could be happy, and knowing that a woman is happy would make you mad. Like, it's weird when you really like peep certain stuff.
She should not be working as hard as your mother. She should not be feeling the brunt of everything. So we can't look at our wives and say, what's wrong with you? My mother was able to do it all. Your mother was barely doing it all. And now she's tired. Now she's having health problems. Now, you see it in her body. You see it in her strength. All those years of carrying it all. Why would you want to break down your wife if you love her? Yeah. Why would you want her to carry all that? Because she's not going to be healthy later on. She's going to be bitter. She's going to be resentful. It's going to break down her body, and she's not going to be the best when it's time for y'all to be, when the kids are grown and it's time to be alone. She's not going to want to be with you, because she's going to remember, you left me out there. You left me out there to work by myself. You left me out there to be tired. You left me out there to be broken down, and you didn't care. So husband is thinking, kids out of the house, hey, it's time for us to be friends. She's like, you are not my friend.
I'm gonna have to ask you guys to stop posting your horrible husbands on this app. I just saw a video of this woman trying to rest, and her husband told her that he would take care of the kids, and he's playing drums in the background while she's trying to rest. Obviously, after she came to defend him and, oh, I'm not in an abusive relationship. Girl, he could choose any toy to play with his kids. Why is he choosing a drum? Some of y'all need to realize that if your husband hates you, people are gonna point that out. They're trying to help. If you don't want to have people say stuff like that, don't post it. Don't post it.
There is something so important that I genuinely wish I knew in my 20s when I was younger, navigating the relationships I had with men back then, that I know now in my 30s and in my current relationship. That's super duper important, that I genuinely think is going to save so many women so much grief, and I want to share it. And it's going to save a lot of women a lot of hard work that they don't need to be doing for the men that they're with. So I'm going to share a quick story first. This morning, my boyfriend and I woke up and he was getting ready for work. And he asked me like what I was planning to do today. And just a side note, yesterday was Thanksgiving and it was also his birthday. So I cooked a huge meal and we opened gifts. And then afterwards, he just wanted me to like veg out, relax with him, spend time with him, not spend like an hour or two cleaning the kitchen. So this morning I woke up and I said, I really need to deep clean the kitchen, take care of the house and get everything in order. And, you know, maybe later I'll like go shopping or something, but I really want to focus on like getting the house together. And he tells me, go shop, enjoy yourself. We'll have the cleaner come a day early. You did so much yesterday. I would hate to see you doing the same thing again today. Just enjoy yourself, relax. I'm gonna text the cleaner right now. Yes, my man is an angel, he's amazing, but that is not the point. The point is that if a man ever expresses to you that he derives any sense of pleasure or joy from watching you work or be in a constant state of labor that benefits him, he does not like you. And if you stay with a man like that, first of all, he's going to drain you, and you're always going to have to prove to him that you can perform. You can do things for him. And the more you do for a man, the less he's going to want to do for you. And if a man isn't actively offering solutions to you to make your life easier, your life better, and for you to do less work, please leave him, please. Because you're constantly going to have to be performing for him while he benefits from your labor. If you are at all confused about what I mean by this, or if it's still not clocking to you, let me explain what I mean by this and share some signs on how you can spot this early on so you never wind up with a man who enjoys or derives pleasure from seeing you work or be in a constant state of labor that benefits him. If a man says to you while you're getting to know him that he loves how ambitious you are, he finds it sexy how hard you work, he loves how hard you work, you guys can be a power couple together. If he starts asking you questions and details about your income, how much you make, things that you have, if you take a day off and he's questioning why you're not at work, please run away. Like, those things, they might sound harmless, those questions might sound harmless, but guess what? Those things are not what you think that they mean. They're actually quite sinister, and it might sound harmless, it might give you a quick ego boost, having the recognition from a man of how hard you work, but I'm telling you, men like that, they derive pleasure and joy from seeing you work. And they will be always bothered by your rest and relaxation. And you're constantly going to be on a hamster wheel performing for them because that is how they see you. They're deriving worth from how much you do for them. And the more you do for a man, the less he's going to want to do for you. You absolutely should be ambitious and educated and put together and self-sufficient and have a lot of things going for yourself in your life as a woman. And you should share those things with the right man to make sure that you are equally yoked and that you will not be downgrading your lifestyle by partnering with him or settling for one that you do not want or envision for yourself. But the minute a man starts saying to you that he loves how hard you work and finds it sexy how ambitious you are, or starts asking questions about your salary or asking what you bring to the table, believe me, that is his way of finding out what he can add to your plate. And believe me, he will put you to work. The right man, a man who actually cares about you and likes you and has a healthy relationship with his own masculinity, will find ways to take things off of your plate, to take a load off of you, for you to work less and perform less, because he wants you to enjoy more time by his side and also in your own personal time. And he will derive joy, peace, and validation from seeing you rest and relax more with or without him. And any man who says or does the opposite will only bring chaos, upheaval, and hard work that you do not need to be doing for yourself or for him. I know that some people might disagree with this, but just hear me out. Even if you are a woman who's super hardworking, successful, and ambitious, it's almost better to be perceived as a lazy, leisurely, spoiled woman who loves to relax, loves to indulge in self-care, and loves to enjoy her free time, rather than be perceived as hardworking, because I think it's a really good filter to filter out the wrong kinds of men who are only with you to see how much you can perform for them. And you'll know immediately if they are bothered by your state of rest or relaxation. You'll know immediately if that bothers them, and you can filter that out much more easily. I am only saying all this because I deeply care, and I've seen so many women, and it breaks my heart, be stuck in relationships and cycles with men, and these manipulative, toxic cycles where the man clearly derives her worth from the amount that she is performing for him, and that is truly a miserable life. And I'm telling you, if you are stuck in a relationship like this, you are so much better off alone than working for the validation of a man.
You know that girl in here that went viral for saying, why do women and girls always just go to Pilates and then get matcha after? Like, isn't there better another aesthetic? No. I think people just hate that women want to just chill and do something that's just a good vibe and relaxing. People don't love to see a relaxed woman. People hate to see a relaxed woman. They're like, oh my god, everything she has is because of her husband or fiance. Oh my god, I can't believe she has time off to just do her and follow her passions and dreams and not wait on a man 24/7. Maybe you guys just need better partners in your life that encourage you to be relaxed. And maybe you need better friends. Maybe you need a less hateful heart.
Men are women's biggest haters. Most of them. Okay? They don't want to see you happy. They hate to see you happy. When you move on from them, they want to come spin the block because they don't want to see you happy with anybody else. They don't want to see you happy at all. They know they can't love you the right way, but they rather you sit with them and cry and be miserable than to set you free and to go with somebody who actually gives a fuck about you enough to not break your heart. These men don't love anybody but their damn self. Okay? And the only one who should be loving them is their mothers.
Ladies, watch out for a man who's triggered by your rest, by your sleep. Watch out for that man, because that man will destroy you. Let me tell you, sleep deprivation is abuse. That's how police interrogate people. They break them down for you to admit to your crimes or to something they want you to admit to. You know, like, it's crazy. It's psychological abuse. You gotta be very careful about how a man reacts when you rest, when you're relaxed. If he's triggered by your rest, by your relaxation, you need to watch out. And something else that I want to mention is that other women too are triggered by other women resting. For example, your mother-in-law may be triggered by you resting. She'll start calling you lazy. Some of these in-laws, I even watched a video of a man who invited his family over 3 days after the wife gave birth. And he was telling this woman, like, your work is just to sleep. You know how when you have a baby, you are confused. You are destabilized, by the way. And he had the audacity to tell her, her work is just to sleep. Can you really sleep with a newborn? Let's be honest. And then he brought his whole family over without any plan of how this family will be cooked for. And the family is also abusive, because if my son invited me over to his house and he was like, the wife is cooking and I know she's freshly postpartum, I will reprimand my own son and I will get into that kitchen very quick, because, hey, we are not doing that. And there's people who go and visit women who have had babies and expect them to cook for them. Let me tell you, you are abusive people. Don't go. You're not going to help. If you're not going to help the new mom do anything, even arrange anything, please don't go. You're wasting time. You're wasting people's time. You are there to just cause chaos. And I'll tell you that. Yeah? Other thing is that most of these men are narcissists. They'll get irritated when you sleep, and it will start with simple things that you may not notice, things that you'll notice after some time. For example, for me, my ex-narcissistic man, or was it a boy or a cockroach? Let me tell you, that man will always come home late. And he's not coming home late because he's from work. No. He's coming home late because he was on the DL. He was dealing with men out there. wasting time, drinking his life away. Let me tell you, as I've said before, I was young. I forgive myself. There are things you cannot be able to see, especially when you don't rest, when you're tired. I was always tired. I'm working. I'm taking care of my son alone. I'm the one to do the laundry. Like, I was always tired. And they love to see you tired. Let me tell you, if a man enjoys seeing you tired, seeing you overworked, that man hates you. He hates you. Because let me tell you, some things don't cost money. Some of these men won't even hold the baby while you cook. That's how bad it is. And even if they do, for example, in another video, I saw that the man had propped up a bottle for the newborn. And the bottle was so big, and he was wearing his headphones playing the game. Let me tell you, that baby could have choked and he will not have had it. Most of these men don't care about your children, protect your children. He did not go through the pains and struggles of pregnancy and giving birth. So he won't feel anything if that child even dies. You need to be very woke as a woman, by the way. You need to be protective of your children. These men don't feel the pain of children as we women do, because we women know where those children came from. It's not easy. Them, they don't care. They'll even have the audacity to tell you anyone can do that for them, So you need to be very careful, let me tell you. The narcissist, they know rest will restore you. Okay, for me in my past relationship, it was like this. This man will always come late. And by late, he's not communicated that today I'm coming late. And it's not like he's from work, And he will not pick up the phone. Whenever you try calling him, asking him what time are you coming, he will be like, just give me 1 hour, just give me 30 minutes. I'm on my way. And you will fall asleep waiting and realize, wait, it's 2 a.m. Where's this bastard? This bastard did not come home. So they'll destabilize you. Or whenever he came late, he would wake me up for sex. It's crazy. They don't respect your sleep. They don't respect your rest. They don't respect you as a person. They don't care. They don't care at all. So let me tell you, most of these men, they're narcissists. That's why they're restless. That man could not chill. He could not just chill. The only time I saw him chill is when he was sick, and really, really sick. So it's crazy, ladies. Please watch out. Watch out for the man who's triggered by your rest. I thank God I'm far gone from that relationship. It's now almost 5 years. I thank God, because I never rested in that relationship. I was always overworked. I was always tired. Whenever you will tell someone, just pick a day of the week and even bond with your son, he will never. Because something that I've learned is that they don't want any shared responsibility, because it threatens their power dynamic. It's so sick to even think about it like that, but it's the truth. Let me tell you, when I became a single mother, my job lightened. I felt very much rested. I would sleep and sleep well. And I remember this man, whenever we started talking again, he will always make comments of hey, so your work is just sleeping here? It's just feeling good here when you're sleeping? Let me tell you, watch out for those comments. That man is triggered by your rest. He doesn't want to see you resting. They know that rest will restore you. They don't want to see you resting. They don't want to see you relaxed in any capacity. Please, love yourselves. If you're in a relationship whereby a man cannot communicate, he keeps lying about the time he's coming home. He comes home late. Now you have to get up and open the door for him. What? Something that I promised myself, I'd never stay awake at night to wait for a man. Something else is that I'd never wake up at night to open the door for a man. That is something I don't do. And in my current relationship, let me tell you, some relationships will teach you that you were never treated right in your past. This man communicates. This man will call me. This man will tell me I'll be late with 30 minutes today, and he'll keep the time. Even if he's not at the 30-minute mark, he'll come 10 minutes after that, which is not so bad. He'll communicate early. He'll make sure he comes at that time. He'll make sure to not disturb. He'll make sure he goes into the other room, the guest room, to sleep. It's just crazy of how different men can be. That's why I always say this does not apply to all men, but most men. So be very careful about such men. If you're dealing with such a man who cannot even stand to see you shower, cannot hold the baby when you're showering, even when you're cooking for him, me personally, I cannot deal with that bullshit. I just cannot. Let me tell you, even being a single mother will lessen your housework. It will help you be free, because now your house is yours, your cleanness is yours. And this applies to also these men who eat all the food so that they can see you slaving in the kitchen. You left your kitchen clean, they'll use up all the utensils, leave them there. Watch out for a man who doesn't pick up after himself. Watch out earlier in the relationship. A man who does not love cleanness, a man who never picks up after himself. Watch out. Anyway, I hope you loved this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's finding you at the right time. I'm sorry we triggered something in you because it also did for me. I'll see you on my next video. Bye. Mwah.